Why you need to escape the narcissist. Think about that for a minute. So you're learning about narcissism. You're learning about your energy. You're learning about toxicity, about empathy, about mindset, trajectory, boundaries. You're learning all about what happened to you. You're also learning that many people did not know what you know. You're also learning that many people will never understand what I am talking about and what you experienced. All this equals one word. Yes, it's toxicity. Now you are understanding more and more about yourself, and of course more and more about what other people are capable of. One thing you're really getting is that you have to get away from said person once you are ready. The sooner the better. But if you can't right now, you have to get ready to create, develop, and get ready to execute your exit plan. Any way you cut it, you have to get away from the narcissist. You're learning this. Now remember, the narcissist knew what they were doing because they had done it before they met you. They groomed you, they tricked you, they brainwashed you, they trapped you, and they dropped you off in a place called the narcissistic fog. Maybe the trauma bond, certainly the devaluation stage. All three of those are interchangeable and unique to themselves, and they all equal one word again. It's narcissism. You see, the person you're considering, they had done other things to other people that you will never know, but what you know is what they did to you. Each and every one of these toxic, narcissistic, dark energy sources, every one of them use the exact same playbook. All of them. It doesn't matter if the person you're considering is in their 20s all the way up to over 100 years old. They've all mastered one thing, which is how to brainwash, manipulate, trap, and punish people. Not even counting extract supply from them. But what the narcissist is beginning to see, although they will never admit it, and you should be as far away from said person as you possibly can get, but what the narcissists on the planet are beginning to realize, and they never thought this day would happen, it's that more and more people are becoming awakened and aware. More and more people are becoming educated and empowered, and more people are saying no to toxicity. When you say no to something or someone, you are saying yes to yourself. The word no is kryptonite to the narcissist. They can't hear that word. It will make them shrivel up and it will make them look inward, and they will not know what to do, which will most likely create a narcissistic injury. Now, do I want to harm anybody? Absolutely not. Do I wish ill will upon anybody? No, I don't. But you cannot go through life the way the narcissist does without it all catching up to you eventually. And this is the conundrum. This is the destiny of the narcissist. You see, they live for the moment. You live in the present moment. The narcissist lives for the moment. Living for the moment means if they have plans and something better comes along, they will ditch the old plans and do whatever they want to with the new plans because they believe that the new plans they can get more out of. And that's why they weren't loyal to you. That's why they weren't committed to you. But yet, that's why they relied upon you for what you provided. Again, what is supply? Supply is access to your money, to your time, to your intelligence, to your house, to your business, to your future, to your 401k, to your relationships, to the country clubs, to the yachts, to the ski chalets. Supply is when you were being hung up on or when you were being tethered to the narcissist. Remember these days, in the early days? Remember them when they used to love bomb you and they didn't want to hang up the phone with you? They'd be talking for what appeared to be 10 minutes, but you look at your watch or your clock, it was 3 hours later and it was time to go to bed, and you were on cloud 9 because you just were connecting with someone who was grooming you, but you didn't realize that. Remember those days? Of course you do, but you probably forgot about them. You see, the narcissist doesn't want you remembering the truth. The narcissist doesn't want you healing. The narcissist doesn't want you seen behind the mask, and the narcissist does not want you ever, and I mean ever, putting yourself back together. That's why I create videos each and every day, and that's why you're getting your cup full, and that's why you're learning more and more each and every time and experience you have with the videos I create. At one point, we all were what is known as the new supply. I am not supply. You are not supply. Supply, like I've shared for almost 6 years, it's Clorox, it's Whitebees, it is paper towels, etc. It's toilet paper, it's gas for your car or electricity, whatever you're using. Supply is not a human being. But yet that's what the narcissist uses human beings as supply. And again, I'll give you a different example. Once the person, which was me, and it certainly was you, doesn't have the level of supply they used to have, meaning when the narcissist first met you, well, what does the narcissist do? Here comes the discard. getting crumbled up like a sheet of paper thrown away in the freeway. That is not a pleasant experience, but that shows you how little the narcissist cared about you, how little they care about anybody, and how easily they can rewrite the past, or how easily they can act like they don't know who you are or what you did or what you provided or what you didn't provide. You see, the narcissist rewrites everything. This is why you need to get as far away from these people as fast as you can. And this is why you didn't realize how toxic that relationship was. Again, that relationship wasn't as bad as you originally thought it was. It was 1,000 times worse than you ever imagined. And the reason why you're realizing that now is because your mind is getting clear. When you were with the narcissist, you didn't even know what clarity was. You thought clarity was maybe when you pour yourself a glass of water out of the tap and there's a little bit of clouding in the water, and my hope is there isn't, but if there is, you wait till the cloud settles and then you have clear water. That's what you would think, perhaps. Or maybe you open up the drapes and the curtains in your house and you look outside and it's overcast. And then eventually, say it's early in the morning, say you live near the beach, and then the shade or the cloud burns off and then you have a clear sky. That's clarity. Well, apply those two examples with your mind. Your mind wasn't clear. Your mind was clouded. You could not use the discernment that you didn't even have then. You couldn't use your judgment properly because any way you twisted or turned, the narcissist would punish you for doing something, which means you could never win when you were with that person. No matter what you did or you didn't do, it would never be enough. Which again, if you look at the thumbnail description that I created, which I haven't yet, but I will, it says why you need to get away from the narcissist. You must get away from this person. This person won't change. They will play the victim card. They will claim that you have it so much easier than them, or that if you really did love them, you would stay with them or give them another chance. Or they will say whatever they want to say. You have to remember, those words are hollow. The narcissist learned when they were younger how to maneuver through the minefield of lexicon. What does that mean? That means they figured out what words to apply to their own toxic narcissistic playbook, and different words that they didn't even understand, which is a whole different point, which I'll talk about in a second, they can't use because they would misuse the words. The narcissist is nothing but a clown in a circus of horror. They're nothing but a clown on a unicycle, juggling multiple bowling pins of people. And that's what the narcissist does. When they drop one of the bowling pins, picture, if you will, I'll say it again. They're on a unicycle in the big ring, in a clown show. The narcissist is the clown. They're juggling multiple bowling pins, which are supply sources, and the clown's face is painted. Why do you think a clown's face is painted? It's because they're trying to show or portray a certain emotion. That's why the narcissist is a clown. That's why it's a clown show. That's why the narcissist can't be authentic, and that's why they wear masks. But having said all those things, when the narcissist was juggling you and juggling different people, they didn't care if your relationship fell apart. Quite the opposite. They actually wanted to destroy not only the relationship, but you. That's why you need to take this very seriously. It isn't a documentary. It isn't a sitcom. It's not a miniseries. It's not a movie on the big screen. This is real life. This is your life. You need to get away from said person as fast as you possibly can. I've said it 3 times, and I'll probably say it one more time, at least in this video. And of course, as you should know by now, free-flowing in the Carolina woods. And my hope is you can get to where I am, not specifically here in the Carolina woods, but I'm referencing the mountaintop, the pinnacle of indifference. You should know what it is by now. If you don't, continue to focus on yourself and elevate and cut the ties from the narcissist. And of course, those 4 ties are the emotional, the financial, the physical, and the spiritual ties. Those must be cut by you. No one else can cut them for you. No one else has that ability. And the narcissist certainly won't do that. That's why you have to dig within yourself and drown out the toxicity. Having said all these things, what the narcissist did is they brainwashed you. They manipulated you, because as I began to chuckle earlier in the video, and I'm doing it again right now, because if I could tap you into my brain, believe me, I would, and you would have all the wisdom that I've acquired over all my lifetime, but I can't do that right now. Maybe in the future with AI, I could do that. But for the current period of time, I have to continue to create videos, which is what I will do for the rest of my life in one form or another, meaning I am a real human being. I am not AI. This is really the Carolina woods. And everything I'm sharing with you is not only accurate and legitimate, but it's to help you break the cycle. But the words that the narcissist doesn't understand, they are many. The words that the narcissist does understand, the only reason they understand those words is because those words have worked for them in the past. Example, Think about what the word abandonment means. Now, do I use that word often in videos? I don't. I don't use that word that often at all. And you know why? Because it's deliberate and it's an intentional use or non-usage of the word abandonment. Personally, don't like the word. I was abandoned. I was left for dead during a pandemic. And you know what? That's why I don't use the word that often, but I'm going to use it for this little part of the video. Abandonment. Did the narcissist even know what that meant when they were younger? Probably not. But they watched how other people were abandoned or how they abandoned other people. Then they mastered what abandonment meant, which meant, let's say the narcissist was younger. Let's say that they were in their early 20s. I will use that as a reference, but they were of legal age and they had abandoned many people. Well, you can interchange abandon for discard because that's how I see it. But when they abandoned people / discarded people, they realized that did damage. And those people were contacting the narcissist, which was feeding the fragile ego of the narcissist. So they were feeding off of the misery of the person they had just abandoned. I hope you're following. When that worked once, then they were like, wait, I'm acting like the narcissist and I'm not. They said, wait, I actually do matter. People actually can fall in love with me. They do care about me. I actually can do something on this planet. I can brainwash people. I can trick them. I can trap them. I can manipulate them. I can love bomb them. I can steal everything right out from underneath them because I don't know what it's like to love, but I know how to fake it. I have no empathy, but I know how to use it. And then right when I get whatever I want from said person, I will abandon them, i.e. discard. Now, if you never have replayed any of my videos, number one, you should. But number two, I will go back about roughly 2 minutes and 12 seconds to when I started sharing that example of the abandonment. That is a powerful expression I just shared with you. It's real, it's accurate. And if there is one takeaway from this video, that's what you need to take away. Abandonment equals discard. Abandonment equals isolation. Abandonment is a synonym for narcissism. You see, the narcissist has no problem abandoning people. But heaven forbid somebody do something like putting up a boundary against them, then it's the end of everything. Oh my gosh, I can't believe they did that. ABC. Well, shame on you, toxic, narcissistic, slithering, dark energy sources that are scouring the earth, looking for supply. You all know what you're doing. Yeah, I said y'all. That's what happens when you've been in the Carolinas for a few years. You all know what you're doing. You do it deliberately and intentionally. You also know your days are numbered. You also know that the sun is shining much brighter than it used to. You also know that the clarity is arriving in billions of people, not millions, with a B, billions of people. You also know now that I'm talking about the narcissists, you're gonna have to learn new techniques and strategies, and you're gonna have to try and figure out other ways that the underworld can help you get supply. But guess what? The underworld's book is used. It's old, it's tarnished. We've caught on to the games. We know what gaslighting is. We know what triangulation is. We know what a rage fit is and financial abuse. And we now know the narcissist hides money everywhere. They drag out everything through the legal system. They don't love their own kids. They complain to any therapist under the sun that their spouse or ex-spouse is the toxic one. This old record that just keeps going and around and around and around, it's really getting tiresome. Not for me, but for the world. You know why? Because we all see the same cycles. We all see the same loops, which is why what? You got it. Say it with me. 3, 2, 1. Which is why you need to get away from the narcissist. If not now, when? You need to ask yourself this question, and this is a question that I share frequently with people when I have one-on-one sessions with them. I ask this, or I share this, and I'll say it to you the same way. If a person is not adding value in your life, you need to ask yourself one question. What are they doing in your life? Now, value could be anything. Value can be teaching somebody, it can be learning from somebody, it can be sharing an experience, etc. Value can be anything. But if a person is not adding value, and quite the contrary, they're trying to destroy you, you need to understand that that person doesn't care about you and that they will stop at no cost, I should say, to continue to try to destroy you. That's why you need to go no contact, block said person, delete them, remove them, and all flying monkeys and people associated with them. If not now, when? Value is a key word. The narcissist provides zero value. You want the truth? The narcissist not only doesn't provide value, they steal all of your value They dump all their toxicity into you. You are left holding the bag, trying to heal from what they just did to you, and they slither off into the darkness or the abyss or that huge toxic void, the wasteland that's within them, using your energy as a fuel source to try and find a new supply source. This is what they do. That's why the cycle just keeps going around and around and around in a loop. So before I close the video, I'll share this. You need to get away from that person as far as you can, as fast as you can. And yes, I repeat myself. And yes, you should know that by now, because eventually, the more I repeat myself, mainly with the taglines I've come up with over the years, eventually, the odds are, eventually something's gonna click in your mind. And when it clicks, you will have received another light bulb moment. The more light bulb moments you receive, the clearer your mind gets. The clearer your mind gets, the stronger you get. The stronger you get, the weaker the narcissist gets, and the weaker the pull from the narcissist is on you. And then eventually you will cut the ties, and you will realize that, as the thumbnail mentions, why you need to get away from the narcissist, because this is to save your life. I will say it again. Getting away from the narcissist will save your life. Staying with the narcissist will continue to chip away at you. That is why being in these relationships or near these toxic people, it's akin to death by 1,000 paper cuts, one slice at a time. All that damage does, all those slices do damage over time. And that is a place you cannot be in any longer. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning. No matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. I love you all, and I'll talk with you tomorrow. Why you need to get away from the narcissist? Because 1 second, when you are communicating with said person or still have access or avenues of communication open to said person, that's 1 second too long. And you may not think it's doing damage to you if you haven't gone no contact with the narcissist. I'm gonna just throw something at you right now. If you haven't gone no contact and you know you should, you need to ask yourself one question. What are you waiting for? Again, if you can't do it today, I get it. Maybe you can do it tomorrow. Maybe you can do it over the weekend. I don't know. What I can tell you is, if you're waiting and still holding on to a little breadcrumb of whatever it is, when you are ready, let that breadcrumb go. The narcissist won't change. You want the truth? They're banking on you holding on to hope. That's why anything the narcissist said to you, there's always a price to pay for anything they said to you. And if you believe that the narcissist can change, or they did love you or do care about you, you need to really, really play this video and play it over and over and over again. The narcissist is stuck in their own cycle. They can never change, and they know it. So that's the video. I love you all, and I'll talk with you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye.